Hello, Kartikeya. How are you?
Hello, good evening, ma'am. I'm good. How are you?
Very good evening. I'm very good. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So, is it the environment of celebrations and excitement?
Yes, ma'am, it is still continuing. Everyone is very happy and we are celebrating. It's a success
Lovely.
after a very long time. So, yeah, indeed, everyone is very happy.
Thank you. That's very nice to hear. And we congratulate and join your family and friends in celebration. So, tell me, Kartikeya, a little bit about your UPSC journey. What attempt was it? How did you decide this career? And why this career?
So, ma'am, first about my UPSC journey. This was my fifth attempt. I started my
Okay.
journey back in 2017, and my first attempt was in 2018. Then 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, continuously I have written 5 mains. Every time I qualified for prelims. I have been lucky in that department. My first interview was in 2020, where I missed the final list by a thin margin of 5 marks. So that was, I would say, very disheartening for even for me, my family, everyone who was a part of this preparation. But finally, in this 2022 attempt, I secured a rank. And yes, this is again like a result of long drawn journey and a very long hard work. Uh, about the second question, how I decided for the civil services. Uh, so I would say it was a influence of my father and people around me. So my father is also in civil services. He is in state civil services. So the kind of environment that I was brought up in, it was very much related to civil services. So this was a kind of natural choice for me to be inclined towards civil services. I, after graduating, after completing my college, I read about it more. I understood what kind of career it is, what kind of work we have to do, and it attracted me a lot. So that is how I decided for civil services.
Great. Sounds really inspiring, especially your motivation and persistence and perseverance to keep trying year after year. So, Kartike, what kept you motivated to go on and on? Because your journey is not only a journey of great success, but also of great virtues of patience and perseverance.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much for those kind words. Uh, I would say that it was the satisfaction that I was seeking. Even after my third attempt, I was almost certain that I would clear the examination. I would be in the list. But when I did not see my name and rank in the list final PDF, I was not satisfied. And that thing, it kept on pinching me that I have not done enough. I have not given my best. So I was here to give my best. The result was secondary. It was always secondary for me. But I wanted to give my best. I wanted to present the best of my capabilities. So that is what kept me motivated. That is what made me work hard tirelessly for all these years.
Great. So, Kartike, what was your daily routine like? How many hours did you give to study? And how did you bifurcate the time between preparing for your prelims, mains, and interview?
Ma'am, my daily routine, it was a very rigorous routine, close to 12 to 13 hours of study on regular basis. Uh, I suppose that everyone in this examination studies that much time. But what I feel that I did differently was that I was very disciplined in my daily routine. So I made a practice that I would start a stopwatch every time I sit on the study table, and at the end of the day, I would have the exact timing of how much hours and minutes I have studied, and I would note it down as per the date. So what happens is that if you study 12 hours for one day, and the next day if you are not able to study 12 hours, you study 11 or 30 minutes, there would be a sense of guilt inside you that I have not studied enough or I have not studied at par yesterday. So that kept me like going on in a very disciplined manner on daily routine. For the larger schedule, prelims and mains, I majorly focused on the preparation of mains because that is the main, as the name suggests, it is the main rank making part of the examination. For prelims, I studied close to about 100 days. In my later times, I reduced it to 60 days or something. But I made a schedule of close to 100 days in which I tried to cover whole of the syllabus in 4 cycles, 3 cycles or 4 cycles, including all the test series that I have to give, all the mock tests.
Okay. So you had a very rigorous, out of 24 hours in a day, 12 hours, you were at the study table, noting and competing with yourself. So I salute you for the dedication, Kartike. It's personally very inspiring because I am in a profession of teaching. I'm a researcher and a faculty. And it's very inspiring for me personally because our job entails regular practice, regular studying. So thank you that you kept up, and today you are an inspiration to many people. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
Kartikeya, going on, you're very welcome. Kartikeya, going on, tell me about how would you recommend, from your own experience of choosing an optional, how would you recommend other aspirants to choose an optional? What parameters should one keep in mind?
Uh, I'm choosing optional. It is literally the most important part of your UPSC journey. So it should be based on what you are interested in rather than going with the crowd. Because
Mm,
the UPSC journey, it can be a long one. It can be 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, maybe 6 years. So any subject you can study for year long, year after year, that should be your choice. Second, I would suggest that first the student or the aspirant, they should go for
mm,
the DS syllabus. And in that syllabus, we are introduced to different aspects. We are also introduced to society, governance, international relations. There we can get an idea in what field we are interested in. After that, you go to the syllabus of different shortlisted optionals. For example, I was interested in geography, history, and political science. So first, I went with history. I saw the syllabus. I tried to read some books for about a week or two. I found that it would not be very beneficial for me because I was feeling sleepy. I would not be able to do it. For geography, it was very attractive for me. I was also good in geography, but the technical terms that comes in the later part, that would become tricky for me, and I identified it. Then I came to political science, international relation. It was interesting, it was intriguing, and it kept me on the study table for long hours. This is how I chose my option, and this is how I would recommend everyone to choose their options.
okay, okay. Great. Thank you. That will be very helpful for those students watching the recording. So, Kartikeya, tell me, what was the role of VNK Academy in bringing you to qualify this exam? How was your experience with the interview panel?
Ma'am, I got in touch with VNK Academy at the level or at the stage of interview. And it was, as far as I can remember, it was one of the first interviews, mock interviews that I gave for my 2022 attempt. The different
Okay.
thing with the VNK Academy was that the board was bureaucratic. The primary thing which I was looking for in mock interviews was to interact with few or some of the bureaucrats, ex-bureaucrats maybe, who are in the age group of 55 to 65. Because this is the age group where the actual UPSC interview panel is and the kind of thought process the actual interview panel would be having can come
Mm,
close to if the panel is of the similar composition. Apart from this, as far as I can remember, I met senior bureaucrats. I do not remember his name, but he was a retired IAS. Then I also met Mukund sir. He is a retired IFS, and their response was very direct. Uh, Initially, it felt me a little. I was back thrown, but I feel that it was needed. The honest reply or the honest description of what I am doing and how I can correct myself. That was very
mm,
helpful, which I got from VNK Academy.
sure. We are very happy and really satisfied that you were able to benefit from the illustrious panel that we put together, and very happy that you are where you are. So, Kartikeya, how was your real interview experience on that day? What was your mood like? How did you tackle the questions that you did not know answers to, the points where you got nervous and jittery? How did you manage that?
Since this was not my first interview, so I was a little less nervous
Hmm.
than as compared to my first interview. So I was in a very relaxed mood, but there was a little managerial mismanagement kind of thing that happened in my real interview. We are
Okay.
supposed to sit outside the panel room, wait outside for about 5 minutes to 10 minutes to calm
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, to soothe ourselves. Then we
Mm-hmm.
enter the panel room. But I was not called to sit outside the panel room, and I was directly called in to go inside and meet the panel. I was
Okay.
not I was not prepared mentally that I would go instantly inside the panel room. So I was a little hesitant. I was a little nervous. I sat down, uh, and due to all the running and all the quick activities, the my breath, I was catching up with my breath. So I asked the panel members politely. I asked chairperson, sir, I would answer your question, but please may I drink water first? So they allowed me to drink water. They asked me if I am okay. I told them, sir, so and so thing has happened, and I'm catching up with my breath. They were very cooperative. After that, the questions they were mostly from my DAF, all the parts from my hobbies, from my co-curricular activities, from my home state, home district, the questions which were from international relations. They were focused on Africa. And
Mm-hmm.
sadly, I did not know the answer to those questions. I honestly replied them, sorry, sir, I do not know these answers. And the chairperson and the panel, they accepted because it is more important to be honest before the panel rather than trying to give as many answers as possible.
Okay. And what was the average time that your interview lasted? For how long?
It was close to 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay. So when you were stepping out after completing your interview, they made you feel comfortable. Were you confident that this time I will definitely get a rank?
Yes, ma'am, I was very happy with my performance, and
Okay.
uh, I would not say that I was absolutely certain because in UPSC you cannot be absolutely certain at any point of time. But I was quite confident that I would see my name in the finalist.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Kartike, for sharing all those details with us so candidly and honestly. It was lovely interacting with you. Thank you for your time. And once again, heartfelt congratulations from VNK Academy.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was same here. I also enjoyed talking and interacting with you.
Thank you and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.